Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the daily scan for Monday, December 16th, 2013. Well, this week may go down in history. There is a lot going on that could be market affecting in the news world, at least scheduled events. The biggest one, of course, is going to be Uncle Ben's meeting on Wednesday. So, should that scare us? Yeah, it should, kind of scare us. But I'm sure that Uncle Ben is not going to do anything that's going to kill the bull run before he leaves office. And I'm sure that Janet Yellen, or Auntie Yellen, is going to continue the policy, if not increase it, of printing money. She might, she's bringing in her own printing press to add to the ones already printing. So away we go. That's the way that I see it right now. So if anything, there may be a little bit flat Monday and Tuesday and half of Wednesday, but I'm sure that everybody's going to be pretty happy with what Uncle Ben's going to say just before he leaves office, so that he can add that to his resume. Although I don't think he'll need a resume as he looks to further his career. Okay, so for today we have just one red one, which is 9:15 this morning. The rest are gold, so this looks kind of Christmassy here. Lots of stars, gold and red. We're just missing some green ones. And it would look like a Christmas tree. That's it for today. As far as announcements are concerned, let's jump over to the futures over in Asia. Red again, pretty convincingly red. It's very bearish looking over in Asia, and it's just continuing what was going on last week. In Europe, sort of the opposite is true. Well, definitely the opposite is true in Europe, as most of all the indexes are up there quite strongly. Jumping over to the U.S. futures, we're looking at a solidly positive opening. Gold is down to 1228. We were trying to get above 1250 over the last week or so, and it just wouldn't do it. Oil is still up there around 97. So we're looking at, about 0.5% at the open, quite possibly. Usually these kind of creep up slowly as we near the 930 mark, and that's entirely possible here as well. Let's see, how about on our alerts last Friday? Well, here, let's take a look at last week. I'll give you a peek at that. The only thing that we had here was this SPX bear call. I think it was on Wednesday. We actually opened it in the morning around 10 o'clock and closed it around 1 o'clock or so in the afternoon. Out of a possible $120, we took it at $100 and called it a day. So that was last week. So far, since we've been keeping track on 11/9, slightly more than a month, we've had a run of bad luck. Unfortunately, I could go back and recreate some of the weeks before that to get this number to look a little bit better, because we had several weeks where we were pulling in $300 and $400 a week, which would make this look a lot better. But this is when I started. I'm not gonna, there's other things to do besides going back and illustrating that for you. I know what I did. So that's it for last week's recap. And then a recap of Friday. We had HEG. That alert did not trigger. That was a bull put alert. And then we have one on GLD here. But I'm not worried about that. It has nothing to do with it. We had, we had one on this last week, and it didn't trigger for us. So we'll be looking at that when we look at the charts. And then 3M did trigger, and I could not find a decent trade. So let's go here, A plus list at triple M. I just jump over and grab a chart here. We were looking for, it triggered in the morning, but it didn't give us, I didn't like the numbers that I was seeing. I couldn't get even close to a 1-to-1 risk reward on this. I'd sort of set this up here, 127, and you can see here that we have a $1 spread, and it was giving us 42 cents. And I didn't really like this. I was trying to spread it out to $6 or $5. And I could do that. 122, that would be, I don't know what it's worth now. That's $1.39, and it's just wasn't like looking real good to me. So I took a pass on it, and I guess you could say that that was a good thing, because let's go here to this chart, because it did nothing during the day, and now it's starting to freak me out. But this is still another day here, so I will re-alert this one. Let's go back here to our charts. Oops. Here. I will re-alert this one. I'm going to add an intraday chart here. Slap one in here. Turn it red and tell it what style I want to use. Should be the 78-minute here. Okay, I have a grandson that might have inherited my genes, so he was up already, and he came down to say hi, and we talked about a couple things. We talked in particular about Marvel, because of course he's into the superhero Marvel thing going on there. But anyway, sorry about the jump here. At least there was no delay to you, but we had a nice little talk about stocks and things like that, and now he's heading back up to sort of get ready for his day, last week of school before the holidays. Alright, so I was going to re-alert this, and that is exactly what we'll do. Off the last, at or above. Okay, that's good. That's good. We have an alert there. Alright, let's run through our scan right away. I'll throw the charts up here. Alright, we had, this is no good anymore. Come on. Why won't you delete drawings here? This is not liking this. Delete all on Apple. There might be some in the past there that I need to get rid of. Right, so Apple may be setting, no, Apple is not setting up. We had a nice solid red down, and then we had the way that this was showing us with the green hook up, but still red down on the MACD, we took a pass. So nothing happening there. Adobe is not really one of ours, but AGG is. We had an alert on AGG. Actually gapped up at the open and failed us. Now this is unusual in that the stochastic continued down, but the MACD is actually showing a little bit of positive momentum. But I'm going to leave this alert in here. As a We have, no, this is too late. This is way too late. I'm killing this alert. Okay, so here's the reason. We were looking, this hook down here, we were looking to get in here. Alright, so where was I here? This was our confirmation down here, and then we could have gotten in on this day, and we wanted to wait till this day, and it just didn't work out. This is now green, so I'm taking the alert off of there, and I'm getting rid of all drawings on that, and we'll be starting over with that. It wasn't a real big move down anyway. Alright, Amazon, anything going on with Amazon? Okay, this is our illustrated $112 loss I talked about on Friday, and I'm going to delete all the drawings, and we will be starting over on that. We have a green up, green up, green. We're just green all across here, so this is alertable. Let's go over to this chart, and we'll throw this alert in on here. So we now have an alert on Amazon, and this will be a 50 delta or at the money trade that we're going to be looking for if this alert triggers today. And my guess is that it's going to trigger looking at the way that the market is going to be opening this morning. Oops. Boeing, we have green up. We're up here at 80 on the stochastic, came down and got close enough there. That's 21.9. That's good enough for me. And then we got a hook up here, and we have confirmation. So we're going to be alerting that one too. We'll see if Boeing gives us a decent trade. There might be a lot coming up for today. Alright, Baidu, it's going to give us another day to set up a nice, I like them when they're really firm and they get below that 20. That's when I get kind of excited. And our MACD moving average is above 0, so I kind of like that one. That one may be setting up in the near future. Celgene, we have a hookup on a stochastic, but we're still red on a MACD. So we need another day on that, and that's all we're going to wait is one more day. That's it. Chipotle, we have a hookup, but we're still red down here. So we got one more day on that one. Costco, we are green and green, but we had a down day and we're below the 50. I'm going to alert this anyway, just because I'm curious. I'm not sure exactly whether I would get in on that or not, but I'm just curious. Alright, Chevron, nice solid dip below here, but we're just a little bit too flat here actually for my taste, so we're going to just hang around here. Implied volatility is 19, and that's a 37 percentile. It's probably not a lot of money in that one. Igor, we're in a downtrend here, so we're looking for a solid green up and then a hook down. So we need that one to simmer for a while longer. Come on. Alright, we have FedEx here that gave us a nice little hook here. We could have possibly gotten in a day early on that one. I don't know. I don't think I alerted that one. So we'll be watching that one today. And gold, of course, gold did not come through for us on Friday, and we're now into the third day on this, and we don't think it's going to continue, so we're going to cancel that alert and wait for the next opportunity with a bear call on that particular one. Google's coming down very nicely. May give us an entry today. That would be sweet. IWM. Same thing. We have a hook up here, so now we're alertable. It's just a little bit easier to put the alert on the level where I want to put it over here on this chart, so that's what I'm doing. At or above. LinkedIn. Oops, I'm going to come back to this chart here. This was our simulated trade that we had here. Looking pretty good, and it actually has an expiration of this week. Let's take a look at it. We are right around a little bit above 50% of max profit on this. Might be a good idea, may have been a good idea to get out of this on Friday, because that's really holding it a pretty long time. And if we look at our red line here, over here, we might be running out of gas on this particular trade, so we may end up with a hook back up today. So it would have been a good idea to get out of this on Friday. If it was a real trade, I would have been watching it, or I would have put a limit order in probably for 50% of the profits, simply because at the open on Friday the stochastic was at or below 20, so we're at 19. If we look at this number right here in this box, it's 19, and say, well, based on history here, we're going to want to get out of this trade, so that's what we would do. We'd take our money and run. We don't want to leave money on the table anymore. All right, MasterCard. Of course, you know, LinkedIn, we're actually looking to see here whether we have another trade setting up, and we don't, so we need another green shot up and then a hook on the red down. MasterCard, we had this big gap here because they're doing a stock split, so now nothing coming on that one. 3M, probably selling a lot of Scotch tape right now. We re-alerted this or changed this alert. This is the last day that we can get in. We have 2 days here of entries, and if it doesn't happen today, it's not going to happen. Netflix. This is our simulated trade here. We're saying, okay, we need to get out. So we had our solid red down, hook up at the green, we got in with our simulated trade, and now on Friday we had 2 reds down. So we need to get out of that one. You need to look at these at 3:30 in the afternoon and see what they look like. So what was this at 3:30 in the afternoon? It was down here, and we would have had our red indicator like we have over here. This would have been hanging down here. So we'd have to say we need to get out of this trade. Okay. I'm talking about the wrong thing here. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry, they're looking at the wrong one. This double red down here, if we looked at it over here, it would have been, since it pulled back all day, this would have formed probably midday or so. It may have been green at the beginning, but it definitely would have, this sort of looks like a little red tongue here wagging. It would have been wagging, and it would have been wagging red instead of green. All right, now we can look at Priceline. All right, we don't have this red here on the stochastic need to get above 80. It did not, so there's no trade there. We'd be SPXPM this week. We have green up, so we're going to alert this. And we will do our regular 10 a.m. weekly with around a 20 delta, maybe somewhere between 20 and 30 delta on this. So we are throwing an alert on this. Yeah, whatever. Okay. So now we have a pending possible SPX 10 a.m. trade. All right. Tesla. We could do also one on SPY. I just want to let you know on SPY we could do a 50-50. So let's take a look at it here. We could do a 50 delta on this. So that's also, I mean, this is a valid candidate. Very liquid. We like that. Running a little bit over today just because I had some interruptions and I lost my place, I guess you could say. All right, nothing going on Tesla and Visa. Let's see. We have 1 day, 2 day, and we missed that one. So it was not a solid red anyway. We had a little interruption here, so we have to wait for the next one. All right, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.